Okay, здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to Stalin's Starcraft 2 Battle Report. And it's been a while since I've done one of these, mainly because just recently the beta updated, and everything was in total disarray for a very long time, and I was only just managing to get a couple of games in last night. And also, now whenever I try and load an older replay from beyond a version from the new patch, the game just crashes, so I can't do any old replays, and it's very hard to find a game at this point, and I think the beta is closing very soon. But I was managing to get this game out and play this game, and this is actually a 4v4 match. Something they added in the new patch was 3 versus 3 and 4 versus 4. So I got to experience a 4 versus 4 matchup, and it was hectic, chaotic, and intense, and for most of the match I had no idea what was going on. And I'm sure it's going to be just as hard to do commentary for a 4 versus 4 match as it is to play one. But the prospects of a 4 versus 4 match really do excite me. The prospects of getting together a whole bunch of people and creating like a 4-army team, I think are fantastic. And I mean, like whenever I would play StarCraft before, they also deleted my entire friends list. So if any of you are any of my friends are still trying to look to get a hold of me, I'm not exactly sure how they add people now. They took away the identifier, so I don't know. I mean, usually if you're on my friends list, you know that I have a YouTube channel, and if you really want to be on my friends list again, just message me and we'll work something out. Anyway, let's get on. I believe this map is called Extraction. I command the yellow Protoss. Over here, Dougie commands the orange Protoss. Amoeba commands the, what is that, pinkish Zerg. Frozen Members commands the red Protoss, and our team, on our team we have Sohail commanding the blue Protoss, Bowflex commanding the teal Protoss, and right now Dougie the orange Protoss is trying to harass him with photon cannons early in the game, but he's very, very blatant about it. And he's not able to do a whole lot, and it just kind of wastes a whole bunch of time and money. Because he's trying to put down these cannons, and then immediately his probes take it down. I mean, he did take those probes off the resourcing lines for a little bit, but every time he puts down a cannon and he doesn't cancel it, that's 120 minerals lost, so that's a very expensive attack. And, yeah, it doesn't work out very well for him. Anyway, Bowflex is the Teal Protoss, and the last two teams that we're facing are Haluio, who's the purple Terran, and Crazy Vala, who is the green Terran. So exciting match, very exciting match, and that sort of cannon harass was the first things to go on in this early stages of the battle. Looks like, oh yeah, Amoeba brought in some Zerglings while I was looking at the other units and killed a bunch of Bowflex's probes, so, we're worn this guy down a little bit. And he's going to go for a defensive strategy, I believe, later in the game. See, our first two expansions, one by Sohail, the blue Protoss, another one by the Zerg. The Zerg are always great for those fast, quick off the bat expansions. I'm not really sure what kind of strategy I was going to go for this point, so I just had some zealots prowling around for defense. We can not really see what anyone's really going for at this point in the game. Zerg's already teching to lair, so we'll probably see some Hydralisks, maybe some Mutalisks, some higher tech Zerg units out fairly quickly. Our fellow orange Protoss player not doing a whole lot. Looks like he's going for more defensive strategy. Got a couple photon cannons out there. Bowflex a little bit behind in terms of everybody else. Got a forge out there. He's trying to put out more probes and catch up. Our blue Protoss friend Sohail again looking for maybe a defensive. He's also got those two gateways down, so it's hard to say what people are going to go for in this game unless you happen to be Crazy Vala, who has 6 barracks out only 6 minutes into the game here, and you can tell clearly that we're gonna see mass Terran infantry from this guy, most likely Marines and Marauders supporting one another. Oh, sorry, it's not 6, it's 5 barracks. Anyway, 2 exciting here. Originally I was going to go Mass Void Rays, because that just seems to be the one and only thing I can do as a Protoss player, but I decided to take a little bit of a different strategy at this point. I put down a Twilight Council and a Robotics Facility, and also sooner or later I start researching Warp Gate, and that'll come into play a little bit later, as you'll see when I try and pull off my first sort of raid. And not a lot going on. Let's talk about the map while we're in a little bit of a lull here. The map is all 4 players are connected to one another on this risen sort of metal plateau here, on this metal catwalk. All of the players are connected to one another. It's mirrored on both sides, and dotting this area are expansions. There's 1 expansion per player in the near vicinity, and there's 1 on this island here. So I think there's in the immediate vicinity there's 5 in every corner, and then 1 in the center, and then there's this one's on an island, and then in the 2 corners of the map there's a high yield expansion. I'm gonna hedge my bets and take the risk and go for the high yield expansion pretty quickly early on, hoping that maybe people won't notice, the other team won't notice that I'm going there, and try and get an economic advantage. And then up on these 2 plateaus there's 2 more resource mineral fields, and again it's mirrored on both sides. We can also see Dougie going for the orange minerals as well at this point in the game. And so basically what's going on at this point, personally, I can't speak for everybody else, but I know what I'm doing because I happen to have a all-access pass into my own thoughts. I'm putting down a Dark Shrine to pump out Dark Templar. Also, like I said, researching those warp gates, and putting out a warp prism and a observer. Also going to start morphing these gateways into warp gates pretty quickly. You can see, here we go. Comes the switching to warp gates as we speak. And before I continue yammering on, but I just want to say that people who play 4 versus 4, also Green found my expansion, he's going to harass it a little bit, but people who play 4 versus 4, please have a strong internet connection. I hope they're going to fix this for when the game actually comes out. But playing 4 versus 4 and you have a terrible connection, you're going to drag everybody down, and it's going to make the game virtually unplayable. So please, people, please, if you're going to play 4 versus 4, please have a good connection. Anyway, so I'm going to send this warp prism out, and I'm going to switch him to phase mode, and then I'm going to start warping in. Then this guy yells expand for some reason, I'm not sure why. Anyway, I'm going to start warping in Dark Templar to harass Sahai's base with these guys. Here comes a swarm of Dark Templar. It doesn't look like he's got any detectors at all in this part. And then I'm going to start taking out his Stargates. He's clearly going Mass Void Rays, and I'm going to put a delay to that and take out all his Stargates. Then I can see that this robotics facility is producing something, because it changes its animation when it's producing something, and I can immediately assume it's an observer, so I'm going to take out that robotics facility before I can get that observer to spot my Dark Templar. And they're going to continue tearing down these production bays, or these Stargates, not going to let them get any more Void Rays out there. I probably should have gone for his Nexus, but I didn't think I had enough time, and the Stargates were closest. And yeah, the Terran players are able to scan the area and see that I'm here, and there go my Dark Templar. And the Zerg player also tries to come in and give me some help, but it's not enough, and these guys get torn down pretty quickly here. You can see that he's got a Nidus Worm emerged here, trying to harass them. We can also see now Purple is on the move with a large Marines and Marauders force. Looks like Dougie has defended this pass rather well. He's got photon cannons up on the cliff, as well as photon cannons defending the pass. So these guys are getting bombarded from photon cannons from both angles, but it's really not enough. and this massed Marines and Marauders proved to be too much for those photon cannons, and they were able to take care of them relatively quickly. And apparently, our good friend Dougie has now, he's not built a Nexus there, he just has it there, you know, he just has his simulators up, and he's having his probes mass resource all the way from over in the high yield minerals, and gonna go on a very long journey back and forth there. But we can also see this purple line of troops oozing out across the field. Looks like he's gonna threaten the orange player. He's got a couple Stargates up and Phoenixes, oddly enough, which are very, very ineffectual units, I think. I don't think they're that great, and even like they're good against, they're okay against Mutalisks,